How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to another video on the channel, and today I wanted to do something really special. I got so many mail from the holidays and I wanted to open it up on camera for you to enjoy as well. And there's also a lot of important topics that we need to discuss. Before we begin, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you are new here, and hopefully you enjoyed this. We're going to be talking a little bit, opening this as we go on. So mainly what I want to talk about is the next format, which is going to be a really short one. Darkwing Blast is out in a couple days time competitively. We have two YCSs, one in Minneapolis and one in Pasadena, that only have Darkwing Blast. And after that, on November 11th, we're getting the Ishizu cards. So on the Ishizu cards, I'm going to be making a separate video, but that format is going to be game defining. It's going to be game breaking. I'm going to be opening my mail as I go here, so it's a little bit more fun. But essentially what we're going to see is sort of like this 2 YCS format, which is going to be really dense, and it's going to be really quick. And what I wanted to talk about is sort of like who are the main benefactors of this upcoming set Darkwing Blast, because Darkwing Blast obviously is really good. It introduces a lot of important stuff to the game, specifically the new tier limits monster that we're going to talk about in a little bit. But I really kind of wanted to talk about who is going to be the main benefactor of this format, because it's going to be such a short one, and the Ishizu cards are going to be so oppressive. And probably now that I've played it in the next in the last couple days, I know that this deck is going to be insanely unfun, unfair, and the format is probably going to go towards like a tier 0 format. So yeah, these are the two events that's coming up. And so we have Darkwing Blast releasing on the 20th, which is tomorrow by the time you're seeing this, or in 2 days. There's a lot of cards in circulation already. So the main, I think the main deal are the Bestials in this set. So if you've been living under a rock and you don't know what the Bestial cards do, basically these are new sort of dragon / branded support. Sorry, there's a lot of construction noises outside, but basically what they do is they're DD Crows on steroids. They can target a light or dark in your opponent's graveyard or your graveyard, and then special summon themselves, banish the monster. As you can see, we got some holo upgrades from tier 0. Finally we got the DPE. The holidays here have really screwed up the mail, so I got these super late, but finally I'm gonna be able to pimp out my branded deck. So the Bestial stuff, who really gains from this? So we know there are a couple of losers here. Obviously Drytron, not really competitive for a while, but the deck basically dies to Bestials altogether. So this is one deck that can really perform in this format. This also, I think, kind of affects Mathmex, right? Because they do send lights to their graveyard. They rely on the Sigma follow-up, the circular, and it's going to be really weird to see how they can actually compete alongside the Bestials in the game. And there's a few gainers as well from having the Bestials around. Obviously, it does hurt tier limits in some way. However, it also counters the Bestial decks themselves. So if you're talking about branded, for example, branded Bestial are a thing. Stay tuned for a video on the channel. Once I get the singles in a few days, I'm going to be doing the deck profile, and this is probably the deck that I'm going to be playing this short format until Magnificent Mavens. So they are also a natural counter to branded in general, right? Because they can also banish light and darks from the graveyard, so they're kind of oppressive either way. Tier limits are definitely getting some sort of hits because the Bestials are introduced. However, tier limits are also getting this, which is exactly, I think, what they've been missing. Exactly. So Rule Kalos is the new secret rare fusion monster. It requires Kit Kalos and a tier limits monster. And what it does is basically negate an effect that would special summon a monster that it sends with tier limit card from the hand or face up from the field to the graveyard. And if it's sent to the graveyard, you can special summon it. So you can send it, return it, use it again on the next turn, and it's a big girl as well. Just to show you something cool, the next piece of mail are these new Imperium Duelist sleeves. So shout out to them. We have the new, if we're already talking about tier limits, these are the new tier limits oversleeves right here, and these are the new Sprite oversleeves. Look at I've been expecting these for so long. I'm so happy I finally got them. So Rule Kalos is one thing that actually protects the deck from things like Bestials because they special summon themselves from the hand. So it's an entire loop of like things countering each other. But I think that if you're talking about the next format, you're definitely still, in my opinion, seeing tier limits and Sprite at the top. And if we're speaking of Sprite, we have Sprite Sprint, which is a new secret rare that can basically Foolish Burial any level 2 monster from the deck. So are we actually going to go back to things like the frogs, or are we going to stick to the runic stuff that have been really successful, obviously, in the last tournament with Joshua Schmidt, my man, taking it all with Runic Sprite, which has definitely been known for a few weeks to be the best deck, or actually like the better deck. Check this out. What do we have here? All right, so we have a few connected. Look at these. So these were sent by a friend locally, but because of the mail shenanigans during the holidays, it really only came in today. These are some awesome cards from the tins as well, and also some preparation stuff for Darkwing Blast. So we have here number 89. Get this before this goes up in price. I'm gonna be playing this in my Castro deck. So we got 2 of these. We got a set of Mourners, which is also awesome. I got a DP from this guy. I don't even remember doing that. Okay, so I got a DP from tier 0 and also from this guy. New Prismatic. Awesome. We got 3 Dinomiscus. I didn't remember that. And Sangan? Alright. I think I'm completing a playset here. Wait, so this is another... I didn't get 3, right? Because I already have 1. Okay, so I got a playset of number 89. We got 3 beautiful shifters from the tins and another Sangan. Okay, so we got another piece of mail, but we're gonna just wrap up the point here with Sprite getting Sprint. I don't actually know what this does still. Since I haven't been playing Sprite for a little bit, I don't really know how this fits in the deck. I'm sure that Joshua Schmidt will be streaming today now that he's back from the championship, and probably gonna start figuring out how this is incorporated into the deck, because I'm sure, 99% sure you obviously play this. This is a Sprite card. It can foolish anything, and basically like it's too good to pass on. So guess what we got here? Crystal Beast. So I'm gonna be doing an opening of this later this week. Obviously, I'm going to be opening the deck. It's a little bit late by now, but again, mail problems. So I'm going to be doing an opening for the Crystal Beast stuff, and I'm going to be doing a competitive deck profile. So stick around for that. Make sure you watch that. So yeah, just wrapping up my point. Sprite is still going to be played. I think Runic Sprite has been pretty amazing. I mean, we've known this deck to be good in our testing group for a few weeks now. We haven't been using Mannequin Cat the way Joshua Schmidt has done it, which I think this is what took the deck to the next level. But yeah, I think the next short format is going to be actually 2 events, which I thought it was only Minneapolis, but I forgot about Pasadena. These 2 are going to be Darkwing Blast formats. I'm just gonna move it here. We're gonna have Darkwing Blast in this set. We're gonna have obviously Koshter of Fenrir as a new staple joining a lot of these decks. So it's gonna be super interesting. I think still there's no way we're not gonna see Sprite and Tier still at the top. However, I think with the Bestial stuff, we might see a little bit more Branded and Dragon Link. We're gonna see Sprite obviously, which is not really easily counted by the Bestial stuff, so that's good. And Tier now getting finally the negate that they need against things like Spell Canceller at the end of the main phase. They set up your board with the Griffin, the Spell Canceller, all those oppressive stuff, and now they have the Lucaros to actually protect that board from getting Nibiru. So they can summon this, I think, second, third, or fourth summon, already protecting their board from getting Nibiru. And basically what they can do is just like send itself to the graveyard, send it back, special summon it back to the field, have it ready for the next turn after they already negated the once per turn Nibiru. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this mail talk. I think this is what I'm going to call this series. I'm going to call it Mail Talk. Let me know what you think about the next format. Who are going to be the next best decks before, the Ishizu stuff lands on November 11th. kind of changes everything. I think it's going to be really interesting. Also, what we have coming this week, it's a lot. We have this video, we have the Crystal Beast opening that I'm going to be filming right after this. We're going to be having the structured deck, sort of competitive deck profile for the Crystal Beast. Stick around for that as well, and we're going to be having, like, I think a video every day. I got a lot of ideas, a lot of time to record them, and I got my little Starbucks small mug here for my espresso. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, go follow on Twitter as well. We just finished a huge giveaway, so yeah, and I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for the support. Wake up every day to seeing like a lot of views, subs. Thank you. I love you. See you in the next one. Peace.